Okay, now at this time, if everybody can, this is public comment for items that are not on the agenda. Not on the agenda. So you want to speak on something that is not here tonight, which is like the grade separation. This is not the time to speak. This is for public comments for items not on this agenda for this evening. Can you just raise your hand in case we're going to call the speaker cards that we have, but I just don't want to miss anyone. Okay, so first the speaker cards.
Barbara Litka with Hip Housing.
Good evening. I'm Barbara Litka with Hip Housing. I know a lot of people are here for different reasons related to housing. Housing is a big topic these days. And every year we do a calendar where children kind of weigh in on what housing means to them. And a big word is safe. My home is a roof over my head, a shelter and love. It houses my family, my food, and my bed. It is a safe place to clear my head. And another young lady says, home means safe to me. It's where my family, heart, food, and all of the important things in life reside. Wherever I go, I always have my home in my heart. It's like a box where everything special to me is inside. So we on a daily basis are helped by the City of San Bruno with funding and support from staff to be able to carry out our home sharing program, which helps home providers stay in their homes and home seekers oftentimes find someone to match with. We also help folks that are doing self-sufficiency programs to get a more economically viable career to stay in this area and afford their housing. And from time to time, folks manage to get off a wait list to get into our properties that we own and manage. So housing is a conundrum, and we do it bit by bit, person by person, phone call by phone call, appointment by appointment. And we just appreciate very much the help that you give us to do what we do to help house some of the folks that are in this conundrum in our county at this time. So thank you very much. And we have calendars available for you here with the city clerk, and appreciate your assistance very much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for being a part of that.
Thank you.
Next.
Alexander Melendres.
Hello, City Council, City staff, and everyone in attendance. First off, I just want to echo Hip Housing's great work. If you haven't had one of their bags before, they look very nice. They do amazing work. One of the things I wanted to comment on was I wanted to commend some of our parks, I don't know what their title is, maintenance workers or park staff who were earlier today in the pouring rain setting up the tree for the celebration earlier today. And they were out there, hoods on, putting the ornaments on, and I just thought it was something that should be commended. And the other thing I just wanted to say was I wanted to congratulate our police chief. I think he's somewhere back there, I can't see, on his new position in the city of San Mateo. As the old saying goes, our loss is their gain. So I just want to say congratulations to him, and we'll miss him. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Next speaker. No, is there anybody in the room that wanted to speak on something that is not on the agenda? So if it's Scott, it would not be. Okay. As long as it has nothing to do with the grade separation. Okay. So again, not on the agenda. Anybody else? Raise your hand. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to go into. I'm sorry. If it's not related to Scott and the grade separation. Okay, sir. Is it related? Okay, then please.
Okay, my name's Sam. My family owns the business on the 1100 block of Montgomery Avenue. I don't know if it's worth speaking tonight. I don't even know if it's worth being here tonight. I got an issue with this place called Railroad Place. It's located adjacent to the railroad tracks behind our property. I've been dealing with this for 40 years. I can never get a straight answer, and I can never get anything done in a timely manner. What I'm trying to find out is whose jurisdiction is Railroad Place. I talked to people from the city of San Bruno. I talked to people from Caltrain. I talked to people from the Samtrans jurisdiction. Everybody works with each other. Everybody points fingers at each other. Nobody can find out who owns that parcel of land. As far as I know, we've checked with the assessor's office, and there's no private ownership of that land. So therefore, I assume that since it's in the city of San Bruno, that the city has some responsibility over it. I attended a meeting in August. I specifically spoke to 2 council members after the meeting. I spoke to someone from the county. I thought I was going to have some accountability. Somebody was supposed to get back to me. 3 months later, nobody got back to me. I had to email somebody last week who told me they dropped the ball. This was since August. I've been dealing with this for the past 40 years. Why can't anybody tell me? How many times do I have to reach out to somebody? It's very simple. There's a parcel of land there, and I want to know who's responsible for it. Why? Because there's large eucalyptus trees that need to be maintained. It turned out to be a public dumping ground, at which point the city did make a one-time cleanup, and then somehow the area got fenced off. It started as an access road, and then somehow somebody put a fence around it. And then on top of that, somebody put a lock on the gate. Nobody can tell me who put the lock on the gate. I talked to Rob Scarpino from the Samtrans agency. He said that he was the one that put the lock on it. So I asked him, if you put a lock on that gate and you don't own it, why did you put the lock on the gate? You're preventing access to access road. And I just want the city to maintain the area. Okay. That's all I need. Just someone to come maintain the area, trim the trees. I don't have a fire hazard behind our building.
Sam, your time.
I
If
don't
you could
have
wind up
public
your
safety.
comments, please.
I'm sorry.
If you could wind up your comments, your 3 minutes has expired.
Okay, I just want to see someone raise their hand, tell me who's going to find out this issue. Because I'm tired of complaining for 40
Okay,
years.
Sam, please. We get your point. You
But
haven't
nobody
had
got
an
my
answer.
point in August.
Sam,
Nobody
please.
got my point in August.
Sam, time is up, so you've asked a question, so we'll allow the
Okay.
city manager to respond.
Sam, if you give your information to the city clerk, we'll get back to you.
Just like last August. Who am I supposed to give it to?
Okay. The city clerk's right there.
Okay.
Thank you, Sam. Is there anybody else for items that are not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, I will move on to announcements and presentations.